Good morning, students. In a previous class, that is class 2, for the chapter unsaturated hydrocarbon, that is alkene, I already completed the chemical properties, physical property and chemical property of alkene, that is, which includes the addition of hydrogen, addition of halogen, addition of halo acid, for symmetrical alkene, for unsymmetrical alkene, addition of sulfuric acid and addition of water in acidic medium. Okay, today that is class 3 for the chapter alkene. I'll try to complete rest of the chemical property. That is important two chemical property. One is oxidation reaction and one is polymerization reaction. So before starting the today topic, let us recap the previous a little bit. That is addition of hydrogen. Already completed in previous class also, that is Sabatier or Sandoran reaction. That means alkene on reduction in presence of catalyst nickel, platinum at a temperature 523 Kelvin to 573 Kelvin, corresponding alkane is formed. Next, addition of halogen. If bromine is added to alkene in presence of inert solvent, that is CCl4, then what happens? Dihaloalkane is formed, and it is an important test for unsaturation, because yellowish brown color of the bromine get discharged. So it is known as a test for unsaturation. Then addition of halo acid. When halo acid HX added to an alkene, resulting the formation of a monohalogen derivative of alkane to the symmetrical alkene. If the halo acid added to the unsymmetrical alkene, then addition takes place through Markovnikov's rule. Already over this one. Can you say what is the Markovnikov's rule? Yes, that is when an halo acid is added to an unsymmetrical alkene, then negative part of the addendum means that one ready to add, the negative part of the halo acid goes to that carbon atom which contain less number of hydrogen atom. And if this reaction again carried out in presence of an organic peroxide, for example benzoyl peroxide, the above rule, that is Markovnikov's rule, is reversed. That is known as anti-Markovnikov's rule or peroxide effect or Kharas effect. That means if halo acid is added, especially HBr, added to unsymmetrical alkene in presence of an organic peroxide, then negative part of the halo acid goes to that carbon atom multiple bonded which contain more number of hydrogen atom. And very important thing is that this reaction, that is anti-Markovnikov's rule or peroxide effect, only carried out in presence of HBr, but not HCl or HI, because it proceeds through free radical mechanism. Next, addition of sulfuric acid. When sulfuric acid added to an alkene, then alkyl monohydrogen sulfate is formed. In case of unsymmetrical alkene, follow the Markovnikov's rule. Last one, addition of water in acidic medium. When water is added to an alkene in acidic medium, then monohydric alcohol is formed. And in case of unsymmetrical alkene also follow Markovnikov's rule. In each case, the electrophilic addition reaction follow the same type of mechanism. For example, mark the mechanism, that is CH3, CH, double bond CH2. I write the mechanism of addition of water. Note down, that is a mechanism of addition of water in acidic medium. Then what happen? When it is combined, mark that when a propene, it is combined, then what happen? It is form 2-degree carbocation. Then this 2-degree carbocation combines with molecule of water to form release a proton, this bond break, resulting in the formation of monohydric alcohol. This is known as isopropyl alcohol or 2-degree alcohol. Its name is propene. Okay? So today I'll try to complete 2 important chemical property. One is known as oxidation reaction and one is known as polymerization reaction. Again, under the heading of oxidation reaction, so many categories there depending upon the different condition. So many reactions are there. So let us discuss one by one. Point 1 is action with air, that is combustion reaction. Bit 1 is combustion reaction. So heading is oxidation reaction. Under this one, bit 1, combustion reaction. That means action with air. When alkene undergoes a complete combustion, it is an exothermic reaction. When alkene undergoes a complete combustion, resulting in the formation of carbon dioxide and water along with the evolution of heat. Okay, note down. When alkene undergoes complete combustion, that is in presence of air, carbon dioxide and water is formed. Mark that C2H4 plus O2 give rise to CO2 plus H2O. Along it is a exothermic reaction along with evolution of huge amount of energy. Okay, next one is bit 2, that is oxidation with potassium permanganate. Formula KMnO4. Action with potassium permanganate, formula KMnO4. It again consists of 2 bits. Mark that. One is with neutral or slightly alkaline medium, and bit 2 is with hot KMnO4. That means one is neutral with slightly alkaline KMnO4 and one is with hot KMnO4. So let us discuss one by one. First one is with neutral KMnO4 or slightly alkaline potassium permanganate. We know it is known as oxidizing agent. So it oxidizes alkene in presence of water to form alkane diol or dihydric alcohol. Okay, it is an also important test for unsaturation. That is alkaline KMnO4. Alkaline potassium permanganate, also known as a Bayer's reagent. Because in this case, the pink color of the potassium permanganate is discharged. That's why it is an important test which is used for the test for unsaturation. Okay, so note down bit 1 with neutral or slightly alkaline KMnO4. Okay, note down the statement, then you write equation. It is used as an oxidizing agent which oxidizes alkene in presence of water to form dihydric alcohol or alkane diol. Okay, it is an important test for unsaturation. The alkaline solution of potassium permanganate is known as Bayer's reagent. Okay, during this reaction, the pink color of alkaline KMnO4 is discharged. That's why it is known as a test for unsaturation. So this type of reaction, otherwise also known as, this process or this reaction is also known as hydroxylation. That is hydration and oxidation carried out simultaneously. Addition of oxygen, addition of water carried out simultaneously. Previous class already covered another one, that is a bromine water in CCl4 is also test for unsaturation. That is a Bayer's reagent. Very, very important 1 mark question. What is a Bayer's reagent? Alkaline potassium permanganate is known as a Bayer's reagent. It is an important test for unsaturation because in this test, what happened? The pink color of KMnO4 is discharged. Okay, note down the equation. For example, CH2 double bond CH2 plus H2O plus nascent oxygen, that is alkaline KMnO4. What is the product? CH2 branching OH, CH2 branching OH. Its name is ethane 1,2-diol. Common name is ethylene glycol or ethane 1,2-diol. Its name is ethene. Similarly, another example, if we select propene plus water plus nascent oxygen in presence of alkaline KMnO4, Okay, then what is the product? CH3, CHOH, CH2OH. Can you identify its name? CH3, CHOH, again CH2OH. Its name is, numbering from right to left, that is a propane 1,2-diol. Okay, it is little idea about the oxidation with neutral or slightly alkaline potassium permanganate. Next, switch over to B2, that is with hot potassium permanganate. Again, with hot potassium permanganate, also two subbit is there. One is for terminal alkene and one is for non-terminal alkene. So depending upon the condition, different product is there. In case of hot potassium permanganate, that is the alkene in which at the end, either left hand side or right hand side, at the end if double bond is there, that is known as a terminal alkene. If terminal alkene undergoes oxidation in presence of hot potassium permanganate, then one of the important product is methanoic acid, that is a formic acid, which again oxidizes to form carbon dioxide and water. While in case of non-terminal alkene, when double bond is not present at the end, then when it is undergoes oxidation, it gives rise to carboxylic acid and or ketone depending upon nature of the alkene. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. First one, that is with hot KMnO4. Second bit, that is with hot potassium permanganate. Again, already I discussed, it contains two subbit. Bit 1 with terminal alkene. Note down, when alkene having double bond present at one end, double bond present at one end, then it reacts with, means undergoes oxidation, hot KMnO4, one of the product is methanoic acid. Methanoic, IPAC name is methanoic acid, common name is formic acid, which again oxidize to form carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water. Okay, let us verify one or two examples. For example, if we select ethylene, undergoes oxidation in presence of hot KMnO4, then what is the form? HCOOH. Again it oxidizes to form CO2 plus H2O. Its name is ethylene, common name. Its name is formic acid or methanoic acid. Okay. Similarly, if you select another one is there, Then mark that example 1, example 2, that is CH3, CH, CH2, propene undergoes oxidation in presence of hot KMnO4, then resulting the formation of CH3COOH plus HCOOH, again undergoes oxidation, reforms CO2 plus H2O. CH3COH is known as ethanoic acid or acetic acid. Its name is acetic, common name is acetic acid. Its name is propene. Okay. Next bit, switch over to, that is which contain, bit 1 is with terminal alkene, then switch over to bit 2, non-terminal alkene. Non-terminal alkene means double bond is not present at the end, either left side or right side. Then what happens? When it oxidizes in presence of hot potassium permanganate, carboxylic acid and or ketone is formed depending upon nature of the alkene. Okay, mark that. That is bit 2 is with non-terminal alkene. Okay, so note down, when non-terminal alkene undergoes oxidation, when non-terminal alkene, that is double bond is not present at the end, undergoes oxidation in presence of hot KMnO4, resulting in the formation of carboxylic acid and or ketone depending upon the nature of the alkene, depending upon the type of alkene. Okay, so let us discuss some examples. For example, bit 1, CH3, CH3, when it is undergoes oxidation with hot KMnO4, what happen? Its name is but2ene, we form 2 molecule of acetic acid. Its common name is acetic acid. IPAC name is ethanoic acid. Okay, so mark that. Another one example, CH3, branching CH3, CH3, when there is oxidation with hot KMnO4, resulting in the formation of acetic acid plus acetone. Its name is acetic acid. Its name is acetone. Its common name is acetone, and IPAC name is, mark that, IPAC name is propanone, and its name is 2-methyl But 2ene. Okay, move to another one example. If a double branching is there, when it is undergoes oxidation with hot potassium permanganate, what happened? 2 molecule of ketone is formed. Its name is common name acetone or IPC name is propanone. Propane 2Ne and its name is 2,3-dimethyl but 2ene. Okay, it is our little bit idea about the oxidation in presence of KMnO4. Okay, next bit is oxidation with ozone. Next we discuss another point, that is oxidation with ozone, that is known as ozonolysis. It is one very, very important reaction which is used to detect the position of the multiple bond in the organic compound. That means when the process of addition of ozone, otherwise known as ozonolysis, that means when alkene undergoes ozonolysis, resulting in the formation of corresponding ozonide is formed, which is unstable, followed by hydrolysis in presence of zinc dust to form either aldehyde, mixture of aldehyde, mixture of a ketone, or mixture of aldehyde and a ketone. Let us verify. And it is an important one, very, very important one. I repeat again, when alkene undergoes ozonolysis, corresponding ozonide is formed, which is very, very reactive one, unstable, again undergoes a reductive ozonolysis, that is addition of water in presence of zinc dust, resulting in the formation of aldehyde, ketone, or a mixture of aldehyde ketone. Okay, let us verify one by one. Next property is oxidation with ozone. Ozone symbol is O3. Process of addition of ozone is also known as ozonolysis. So first note down the statement, then we write the equation. When alkene undergoes ozonolysis, corresponding ozonide is formed, which is unstable and very reactive, followed by hydrolysis, in presence of zinc dust, resulting in the formation of an aldehyde, ketone, or mixture of aldehyde and ketone. Okay, so let us verify 2 to 3 example. Bit 1, ethene reacts with ozone to form ethylene ozonide, which is unstable, followed by hydrolysis in presence of zinc dust. Mark that. This bond break, this bond break. So it forms CH2O. I can write it HCHO. It is 2 molecule of HCHO plus H2O plus H2O2. Its name is formaldehyde. IPSC name is methanol. Its name is ethylene. If I select another example, CH3, CH2, ozonolysis, reform CH3, ozonide, corresponding ozonide, there is a propene, which is, if this ozonide is unstable, then followed by hydrolysis in presence of zinc dust. Mark that. This bond also break, this bond also break. What is this one? This is CH3CHO plus HCHO plus H2O2. Its name is acetaldehyde. Its name is formaldehyde. Okay, so mark that. In first example, there is one type of aldehyde. Then second example, there is mixture of aldehyde, 2 different type of aldehyde. Let us verify another 1 or 2 example. Let us consider another 1 or 2 example. Mark that. Example 3, I select CH3, CH3. Its name is 2-methyl bute 2-ene. When we add ozone, then what happen? CH3, C, branching CH3, CH3 is there. Here, corresponding ozonide is formed. Okay? Unstable one, followed by hydrolysis in presence of zinc dust. Mark that. This bond break, this bond break. What is the product? Resulting in the formation of acetaldehyde plus acetone. That is a mixture of aldehyde and a ketone is formed. Its name is acetaldehyde. Its name is acetone. Select another example. Mark that. 2 branching is there. Its name is 2,3-dimethyl bute 2-ene. Mark that. What happened? CH3, corresponding ozonide is formed. It is unstable. Again, followed by hydrolysis in presence of zinc dust. Mark that. This bond break, this bond break. That is 2 molecule of ketone. Its name is acetone is formed. So, depending upon the type, the formula of the alkene, the resulting product may be only aldehyde, may be only ketone, or mixture of aldehyde and a ketone is formed. It is a little idea about the oxidation. Okay. Next switch over to last chemical property, that is known as polymerization. Next chemical property is polymerization. What do we mean by polymerization? That is when large number of small repeating unit repeat itself to form a single giant unit, then the small repeating unit is known as the monomer, and the single giant unit is known as a polymer, and the process of formation of polymer is known as polymerization. Okay, for example, if we select the monomer ethylene, then the polymer is known as polyethylene or polyethylene. If we select the monomer propylene, then the polymer is known as polypropylene. If we select the monomer vinyl chloride, polymer is known as polyvinyl chloride. If we select monomer is vinyl cyanide, that is otherwise known as acrylonitrile, then polymer is polyacrylonitrile or Orlon. If we select the monomer is tetrafluoroethene, then polymer is polytetrafluoroethylene, otherwise known as Teflon. So let us discuss one by one. So next heading is, note down, that is polymerization. Note down, I repeat again, what do we mean by polymerization? The process in which large number of small repeating unit repeat itself for a long time period to form a single giant unit. Note down, when large number of small repeating unit repeat itself, large number of small repeating unit repeat itself for a long time period to form a single giant unit or a big unit, large unit, then the small repeating unit are known as monomer and the single big unit or giant unit is known as polymer and the phenomenon is known as polymerization. Okay, I repeat again. Small similar repeating unit is known as a monomer. to when this one join together to form a single unit known as a polymer and the phenomenon known as polymerization. Mark that some examples. For example, when ethylene polymerizes to form here n number of ethylene, when polymerizes to form polyethylene or polyethene, we know in our day-to-day life it is used for packing material, yes or no? And also used as an insulator. Okay. Next one. Also, if we select a propylene, large number of propylene we select, the polymerizes to form polypropylene, CH3, CH, CH2. Here monomer name is propene, monomer name is propene, and polymer name is polypropylene, which is in our day-to-day life. It is used for making seat cover, fiber, rope. It is used, note down, for making seat cover, fibers, used for making seat cover, fibers, rope, container for oil, rope, container for oil, etc. Okay. Next, we select another example, that is, if we select vinyl chloride, if we select the monomer is vinyl chloride, then polymer is polyvinyl chloride, or it is well known PVC. In our day-to-day life, we are acquainted with PVC pipe, PVC wire, and also water tank. So many are there. It is also used as insulator. Okay. Note down the third example, that is vinyl chloride. If we select large number of vinyl chloride which polymerizes to form polyvinyl chloride, polyvinyl chloride, otherwise known as PVC, polyvinyl chloride, which is used, it is used for making pipe and also electric fitting. Note down one line, it is used for making pipes and also electrical fittings. Okay. Next, select another example, that is vinyl cyanide, CH2, CH, Cn, n number of vinyl cyanide, which polymerizes to form polyvinyl cyanide or polyacrylonitrile, or it is known as Orlone. It is known as vinyl cyanide. Here monomer is known as vinyl cyanide and polymer is known as Orlone, which is used for making synthetic fiber. Note down one line. It is used for making synthetic fiber. Okay. Select another one example, that is a tetrafluoroethylene. Mark that. Another example, CF2, double bond CF2. It is a tetrafluoroethylene. When polymerizes to form polytetrafluoroethylene, known as polytetrafluoroethylene, or otherwise it is also known as Teflon. Here monomer is tetrafluoroethylene and polymer is polytetrafluoroethylene or Teflon. It is used as a insulating material for electric motor, transformer, cables. It is used, note down, as an insulating material for electric motor, transformer, and also it is used as for non-stick cooking utensil. Note down, it is also used as non-stick cooking utensil. Okay, it is a little idea about the polymerization and also the chemical property of the alkene.